Yeah, I guess it's pretty special. Probably sink in more over the coming days. But yeah, to do it alongside Kane, a good mate, one of our greatest players to have played the game. We shared our 50th Test match together. We've shared plenty of good times, plenty of not so good times together, and I'm sure this week will be something we'll reflect on for many years to come. Like you said, we've played age group cricket, played for Northern Districts together, and been very fortunate for the last 10, 12 years, 13 years to play all three formats for New Zealand together. So couldn't think of a better person to step on that field with tomorrow.
How much longer can, probably not, you probably can't so much speak for Kane's case, but yourself, continue to play international cricket, particularly Test cricket?
Well, hopefully Kane goes for as long as he possibly can, the way he's playing. I think no one's getting any younger, but the I guess the desire to train, work hard away from the game is still there. It's an absolute honour to do what we do and represent our country, and so I still love that. I still wake up every morning hoping to go out there and do people proud and put performances on the board. So as long as that's still there, then I guess if you can live to those standards and be there, then.
I'm not sure if it's taken the loss off your week at all or not, but as Black Cats captain, what's your response to Ross Taylor's claims that your weakness retirement was forced?
Much like Kane mentioned yesterday, I don't think anyone's forced to retire. Wags had his time in Wellington where he had a great week. We saw how much it meant to the people that were there when he was on the field. It was awesome to be out there and experience that for one more time. He's been such a warrior for us for so many years. And as far as the group go, there wasn't a dry eye in the changing room afterwards. We had a great evening with him. He's been a massive part of us as a group and seemed at peace with his decision and where he is at his career. So we had a great week celebrating him as a cricketer and as a person, and it was a really special week to be a part of.
Just to clear things up, how is your relationship with Neil Wagner?
Well, I think Wags over the years he's come into the side, moved over from South Africa, won us all over, and I said it last week. I think every player that ever played with Neil Wagner has some sort of love for him. He's become a great mate of mine over the years, and I'm sure he will be a great mate, not only a bowling partner but a great mate for many years to come.
What about your relationship with Ross Taylor?
I haven't had a lot to do with Ross since he's retired, but he's obviously a great of our game, and haven't had too much to do with him post cricket.
What was it like though to hear him talk about, particularly the way you talked about your dismissal on the weekend, and I think you said something along the lines of you wasn't sure how you'd be able to look the team in the eye after that?
Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. All I'm worried about, and all I have been worried about, is the guys in the changing room. We're the ones that are the ones that are going to go out there and do the work. So it's, like every Test match, our focus has been on what we're trying to do. There's always outside noise. There's always people with opinions, which I guess makes what we do that comes with the territory.
Sorry guys, about a huge hand up.
Ken said yesterday that when he came into the side and he was just so raw, he was straight out of school, he never been to a gym before. So can you take this with how raw you were and how Test cricket and everything was for you back then?
I think it was 19, just got back from the Under-19 World Cup. Hadn't spent a lot of time in the gym in the lead up to that. It was sort of rugby in the winter, a few runs in between, and cricket in the summer. So I think just young, learning, still learning the art of cricket. I hadn't played a lot of first class cricket, so it all came pretty quickly. As far as back as I can remember, all I wanted to do was play for New Zealand, and to have that come so quickly, it was pretty special. Things weren't always smooth through those early stages, but I guess just when you're that young, you're a bit naive to everything, and you just go in and play with that freedom, and you've got no real experience to fall back on. So yeah, it was pretty surreal being so young and being able to, I guess, achieve what was a dream as a kid.
And just, for past level play, how it is the physical side of it, but you always seem to, or at least in recent years, divide opinions in your own country. Like there seems to be people who seem to love you a lot, and there's a lot of criticism as well. And how has it been dealing with that, especially the last few years on your way to 100 test matches?
Oh, I think you deal with a lot of stuff throughout that long in your career. There's plenty of good times, plenty of bad times as well, and I guess people shape their opinions on you on performances, what they see on the TV. But I just every time I step foot on the field, you want to do your country proud, your friends, your family proud. So I think just trying to give everything you got, and not only what you see on the field, but there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, like you say, to play 100 test matches, and the work that goes in behind the scenes is quite often the stuff that sort of gets you through. But yeah, like I said earlier, people are entitled to their decisions. And I guess when you finish your career and hang your boots up, you hopefully look back and hopefully you've made people and your country proud of what you've been able to achieve.
Tim,
And Jordan?
have you considered on your head, and if not, so what are the last decisions supposed to be?
Yeah, again, sort of 10 out of the 11. Can confirm that Ben Sears will make his debut. But it's just around that fourth seamer or a spinner. Hopefully get it right this week.
Tell us a bit more about your experience with Ben. What's the been to the side?
Yeah, obviously had a little taste of international cricket in the other formats. Offers real pace. Saw him clock 150 earlier in the summer in a T20 against Bangladesh. So excited to see what he's got at Test level. He's a tall fella. He's got pace. He's got something about him. So obviously the job that Will O'Rourke did in the couple of Test matches he played. Again, another tall guy with a bit of pace and a bit of skill about him. So excited to see what Ben's got. Special time for him as well. He's had a taste in the other formats, and it's always a special time for someone to make their Test debut.
Can I also just ask, with the Australians, there's a real sense of fatigue, touring fatigue in like a long stretch of like on the road, just lots of games. Where's the gaps at, in terms of energy? Are you just like really looking forward to that next break?
Yeah, I think as international cricketers, there's not a lot of breaks these days. So it's about, I guess, managing people's workloads, which Gary and the likes have tried to do over the last 12 months. It's been a pretty busy 12 months, but we know that this is the last game of our international summer. So I'm sure the guys will be looking forward to putting in one last shift for this summer before obviously various guys disperse to IPL. There's a tour of Pakistan coming up, so some guys will have a bit of a break to refresh. So yeah, it's part of playing the game these days, especially for guys that play all three formats. It's about, I guess, managing them to the best we can to keep them fresh. But I'm sure the guys are ready to put in one last shift for the home summer.
Jordan?
Sorry, to follow up on Gordon. Ross Taylor criticised your leadership, but also your spot in the team moving forward. Do you feel pressure at the moment to perform any more than you do any other time?
I think you always want to be performing at your best, and I think there's no hiding from the fact that the currency we deal in, well, as a bowler, is wickets, and the last three Test matches haven't got the wickets I would have liked, but still feel like there's more to it. There's job, there's roles, and within that as well. And I have probably not been where I should be as the most experienced seamer in the side. But like everyone, each week you're trying to get better. Each week you're trying to go out and put your best foot forward, prepare as well as you can to give yourself the best chance, and that's the same over the last couple of days. Done that, and like I said, it's go out and hopefully finish the summer strong. But yeah, there's no hiding from the fact that the last couple of Test matches have been disappointing. I know that. I would always like more wickets, and hopefully there's some to come.
He was referring to your second dismissal as throwing your wicket away to try and get up or beat Brendan McCullum's record of Test sixes. Is that a statistic that is really top of your
Certainly not on the top of my mind. Yeah, obviously in the team as a bowler, batting at number 10. So, yeah, not too many batting records I'm after. But yeah, I guess disappointing way to, I guess, finish that Test match. Obviously, it's never nice, never a good look to get out that way. But like everyone, we're used the last couple of days to improve, learn from last week, and hopefully we can finish the summer strong.
Just lastly, sorry, is it disappointing when someone you clearly respect comes out and speaks about the team and yourself like that?
I think anyone that's played the game for long enough knows that everyone's entitled to their opinion. People are going to say things, but within the four walls of the changing room is what matters, and that's always been. Everyone in the group knows that. Everyone that's played the game or played sport at any level knows that. So as a side, we're disappointed with last week, but we also realise that we've played some pretty good cricket as a side over the years as well, and especially at this ground. So yeah, like I say, everyone's entitled to their opinion. He knows what it's like to be inside those four walls. He was in there for 112 Test matches. So yeah, I guess it's a little bit disappointing, but in saying that, there's full belief within those four walls that we can get the job done over the next 5 days.
Last couple of years.
11 tests, I think, this calendar year so far since international history. None have finished in draws. Outside of like good weather, do you read much into that? Is that part of the outcome of the World Test Championship points? Do you feel that seeing more wins than draws?
You want more draws?
No. It was just a train spot. Just wanted to.
I think it's the way that Test cricket's sort of evolved. I think you look at the way that sides are playing. I guess conditions are. I don't know whether conditions are different to what they were, but I think with the Test Championship, people are after points to allow themselves the best chance to be there in those last two positions. So yeah, I think it's great for the game that there's results. Yeah, I didn't realise there hasn't been that. Well, there's been that fewer draws. So yeah, I think it's Test cricket's as exciting as it's ever been, as long as I can remember. There's plenty of runs, plenty of wickets, and I guess that's resulting in results.
Tim, just one on that 100 test. Does it mean a bit more for both you and Kane to play 100 tests when you know that New Zealand players in test matches are so other countries? I think we've been playing since 2008, when you can thereabouts. Like the longevity to be able to play that many test matches when you're not playing 4 or 5 tests a year.
Yeah, it is. I think it does. Where you look at the amount of people from New Zealand that have played 100 Test matches, I'm not sure from other countries, but you look at England, Australia, I feel like they play a lot more Test matches. So for us, it has taken a while. There's obviously been injuries and form where you've been missed out over that time as well. So it's taken almost 16 years to reach there. And I guess for both of us to do it playing all 3 formats as well for majority of that time. So just a special time to do it with a special player as well. And like I said, we shared our 50th Test match together in Zimbabwe. I can't remember what year that was, but yeah, it'll be something that I'm sure we reflect on. He's a great mate as well, so it's awesome to be able to do it with Kane. Yeah, I think just the amount that we play, probably tough to do. They'll probably play for a long period of time. But yeah, like I say, it's taken 16 years. So if Ben's willing to play for the next 16 years, then I don't see why not. But yeah, it's I just think just through we always want to play more Test cricket. And hopefully in the future we're able to play a little bit more Test cricket, which may help guys like Ben says if he wants to play 100 Test matches.
And just on Ben, and with a guy with that pace, do you expect is there a temptation to give him the big ball, or you're pretty comfortable with yourself and Matt opening up?
I think you look at myself and Matt, we're new ball bowlers, and Matt's been unbelievable the last few Test matches. So it'd be tough to get out of his hand. But I'd imagine he'll be introduce the game reasonably quickly, get him into it. He's certainly got something about him, and looking forward to seeing what he's got at Test level.
Tim, speaking of new ball bowlers, I mean, there's been some lovely pitches in Trentford and then in India. He's played so much cricket with him. I know it's his decision, but personally, like, do you think Agra will move better this milestone if he was around at the end?
Lovely wedding, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I spoke to Trent this morning, and I think we've played so much cricket together. Again, much like Kane, age group stuff, Northern Districts, all three formats for New Zealand for so long. But he's made his decision, and it's been a while since he's played Test cricket. But still. Obviously a close mate, and special memories that we've shared, not only in the whites but in all three formats together. We had that, I guess, a partnership that we trusted each other. We knew each other's game, which seemed to work quite well. But it's something we've had to live with over the last couple of years.
Brendan Begley.
Struggles for the last few months here in New Zealand. What do you put that down to, and what's your mindset pitching around here? I think that you've had a lot of success in the past.
I've felt okay at times. Sometimes you feel good, you don't get the wickets. Sometimes you feel not so good, and you pick up a few wickets. So I think it's just about trusting your game, trusting what you do. I worked hard over the last couple of days alongside Kyle Mills on a couple of things. So it'd be great to finish the season strong. So just a couple of minor things that we've been looking at over the last couple of days, which hopefully will like I say, not always you don't always get the wickets you feel like you should, but hopefully can contribute to what should be a good week.
Cool. Thanks, Jim.